3 red flags of moral erosion, how to spot and stop ethical lapses before it's too late. When stress throws our moral compass out of whack, we're more likely to stumble into ethical pitfalls without even realizing it. When employees are laser-focused on hitting targets, meeting deadlines, or securing their own financial well-being, ethical considerations can fall by the wayside. They might find themselves in a state of moral exhaustion, where doing the right thing feels like an uphill battle and cutting corners seems like the easier, cheaper option. So, how can we stop this ethical erosion in its tracks? The key is early detection. By recognizing the warning signs, we can intervene before minor lapses snowball into major breaches of conduct. Here are 3 red flags that signal your employees might be heading towards moral exhaustion, and what you can do to prevent it. 1. The survival mode mindset, when ethics take a back seat. We've all experienced the pressure cooker of the workplace. Demanding financial goals, intense performance reviews, ruthless competition, you name it. Research shows that stress doesn't just harm our well-being, it also weakens our commitment to ethical behavior. This phenomenon is known as moral fatigue, and it makes it harder to maintain integrity when faced with difficult decisions. Many industries and sectors are facing downturns and workforce reductions. In such circumstances, many people wonder if they are next, which increases personal economic stress. At the same time, it reduces loyalty to the organization, as people only think about competence, reducing personal and corporate values to succeed at all costs in the hope of keeping their jobs. If you know this tension exists in your organization, acknowledge the problem instead of ignoring it. Doing so will help address employee stress. As scholar Amy Edmondson has said, when faced with an ethical challenge, we are more likely to turn to colleagues and superiors for support and guidance. 2. Decision overload and the need for speed, a recipe for ethical shortcuts. In today's fast-paced business environment, leaders are often deed by the need to quickly capture market share, especially during economic downturns. This constant pressure to make rapid decisions, particularly in the short term, can lead to decision overload. Under such conditions, many people think, it's not fair that work keeps piling up when I don't have the time, budget, or skills to do it. I have no choice but to take shortcuts. Professor Max Bazerman's research demonstrates that slower thinking is more deliberate and ethical. Hasty decisions rarely lead to faster and better results. However, this is often counterintuitive and ignored by leaders due to the need to react quickly to business demands, especially during times of uncertainty. By encouraging slower decision-making, you can give your team time to seek help and ask the tough questions when they need it most. 3. Status envy, the green-eyed monster of the workplace. Keep an eye out for signs of unhealthy competition and status envy within your organization. When employees start competing against each other instead of collaborating, or when they become resentful of their colleagues' positions, it's a warning sign. These signals indicate that it can develop into a mindset of why is that person getting recognized when I did all the work. Ironically, high-achieving employees are often the least satisfied and most susceptible to these comparisons, and when they feel undervalued and overlooked, they might be among the first to bend the rules. Preventing the downfall, proactive measures. Ethical dilemmas, even seemingly simple ones, always seem to pop up at the worst possible times. Prepare your employees early and often, before these situations escalate into major violations that you never thought possible. Here are some proactive steps you can take. Foster open communication. Create a safe space where employees feel comfortable discussing ethical concerns without fear of judgment or retaliation. Provide ethics training. Regularly train employees on ethical decision-making, emphasizing the importance of integrity and the potential consequences of misconduct. Lead by example. Demonstrate ethical behavior in your own actions and decisions. Your employees will follow your lead. Recognize and reward ethical conduct. Publicly acknowledge and reward employees who demonstrate strong ethical principles. Promote work-life balance. Encourage employees to take breaks, manage their stress levels, and prioritize their well-being. A well-rested and balanced workforce is less likely to succumb to moral fatigue. Encourage deliberate decision-making. Promote a culture of thoughtful consideration rather than impulsive action. Give employees the time and space to weigh the ethical implications of their decisions. Address underlying stressors. Identify and address the root causes of stress within the organization, such as unrealistic deadlines, excessive workloads, or lack of resources. Foster a culture of collaboration over internal competition. The bottom line, moral erosion is a serious threat to any organization. By understanding the warning signs and taking proactive steps to address them, you can create a workplace culture that prioritizes ethical conduct and supports employees in making sound decisions even under pressure. Remember, a strong ethical foundation is not just good for your employees' well-being, it's essential for the long-term success and sustainability of your organization.